Hello? Okay. Yeah. No, it works. Feels later than it actually does. I don't know why. I took a little nap earlier and like after work. And so I don't know, it just feels later. I don't know. Weird feeling that I actually have, I feel like I have time to actually kind of talk about what's going on. But hey guys, here's another episode, right? Another week, right? Let's get this week started with the power of faith and God and all that other good shit if you're into it. Did you see that Mark Wahlberg all over the news with his Ash Wednesday little cross on his head talking about his faith and how he loves it and all that? And I mean, good for him to have faith, of course. It's easier to be thankful when you're a celebrity actor who's worth millions of dollars and shit. But I'm sure he grinded from the bottom, being Marky Mark, and the struggles of being, a white rapper back when all you had was maybe who was back then? Snow? You remember Snow? That song, Informed by Snow? Informer, I like a boom boom yah. You remember that? Man, I should jam some Snow, right? I wonder if his album was actually any good instead of that one song. I like a boom boom yah. Anyways, what's the next story? Paris Hilton says Harvey Weinstein once followed her to the bathroom, tried to open the door, and yelled at her when she was 19. I was scared, she recalls. Yeah, I'd be fucking scared too. Goddamn, he's fucking chasing her to the bathroom like fucking serial killer in a movie and shit. And yeah, even when he's got all his old man makeup on, he's pretty fucking scary looking. He kind of looks like the mask from the Halloween movie. He looks like the Michael Myers mask, even though everyone knows that's actually just Captain Kirk or whatever, right? Paris Hilton being older now, she's actually pretty hot to me. Like when I was growing up years ago and seeing her all over with her reality show and everywhere with all her makeup and all skinny, I never found her attractive. But shit, I think her more quote unquote mature Paris Hilton look I approve of. She's very attractive. And now I think she just had a kid, right? But with a surrogate, so it doesn't count. But good for her. I hope she's happy and not being followed by a bunch of pervy guys in the bathrooms, even though I'm sure she still is at this. Speaking of books, now we weren't talking about books, but there's really no transition. But dude, the world is now editing the James Bond novels to have less racism in them. And I don't know why they're aiming this shit at British authors. They first going after my boy Roald Dahl, and now they're all getting in Ian Fleming's books. Did Bond books really have that much racism? Do I remember anyway ever saying man, Bond says the N-word? Is that what I was saying? I don't remember anyone. I don't remember anyone ever saying, man, that James Bond says the N-word way too much in his books. I've never heard that. At all. So is this really that big a deal? His books? Crazy that the world is going this way and editing really popular, content like that, because those are popular books. This sounds like a job for James Bond to take care of this mission. They're gonna censor Octopussy into Octavagina or something wacky. I don't know, man. The world's all ass backwards, right? Nah, they'd probably love that Octopussy name because it empowers women. Or something silly like that. Give it a bigger boost. Oh shit, did you see the second member of the Korean band BTS is starting his mandatory enlistment in the Korean army? And I like the song they sing about butter. Smooth like butter, criminal undercover. Because I'm overweight and I enjoy butter on all my food items. Now, I hope those guys stay safe in war and are able to return to their ways, after their mandatory enlistment. Maybe when they're done, they'll write this beautiful pop song about the horrors of war, how it's changed them, and it'll be a number one hit for the little girls because they don't know what the words mean. Speaking of Asians, police found a Chinese model dismembered body parts in cookware and essentially arrested a whole family for apparently the son murdering her and dismembering her. The main culprit is the Chinese model's ex-husband, and it's looking like the family of his was trying to help hide the body by chopping it up and hiding it around the house in different pots and pans and shit, like anyone would. Makes sense. And the cops have accounted for all the parts except for the hands and the torso. They did find the head and most of the rest of the body, but the hands and the torso are still missing. And yeah, I would say the head, the torso, and the hands are the ones I would pick to have the most fun with. So yeah, I'm wondering if he's got those in some random like pickle jar somewhere else, and he's saving them for an extra honeymoon. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just, ooh. Crazy though that his family like helped him out. I mean, it's kind of heartwarming when you see a family working together, uh, doing anything for the sake of love, even if it's to cover up a murder. And lastly, everyone is talking about the SNL monologue that Woody Harrelson did, where I guess he kind of did a joke that went over everyone's head about COVID and how the government is forcing us to do drugs, blah, blah, blah. And I guess, yeah, because it's something about 2019 and locking everyone in their homes, forcing to do drugs. It's like a joke alluding to COVID. And I watched the monologue and I was like, whatever, like, I just don't find SNL funny anymore. I don't know how long it's been since SNL has actually been funny. But and man, they even had Jack White as a musical guest. I should at least watch that because I really do enjoy Jack White. I do remember there was a time when I like first started watching like Hulu, when I got Hulu, the streaming service, and I would watch SNL religiously like every Saturday just to watch it, and actually kind of look forward to it. But yeah, personally, like I don't know anyone who watches it anymore. Like no one ever talks about SNL and this skit or that skit. Like what audience is it aimed at, And with them putting like comedians on there and those comedians are like walking on eggshells with a chance of getting canceled or fired from there, kind of like Shane Gillis. Is there really any incentive for a comedian to even be on there, or are you better off moving to Austin and becoming friends with Joe Rogan, That sounds like the better route to go. I mean, at least, or at least an alternative one. I'll say that, right? Good old Texas. Stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas. But that's another one for today, guys. Let's see what we went over. Mark Wahlberg loves his burgers and Jesus. Actually, I loved him in The Departed. He was very good in The Departed, so I'm giving him a pass for being super religious and not make fun of him, because he is actually a very good actor. And yeah, if I was some old rich perv like Harvey Weinstein, I guess I'd run after Paris Hilton to a bathroom too, right? But back then, those were different times, brother. Those were different times, And also, can you believe all these censoring of like books, like the Bond books? Dude, it's like the WWF faction, the right to censor, is just chasing after everything, chasing it down, and starting with the British shit for some reason. Like, are they going to censor the word fag even though it means cigarette, And man, if only we had BTS as detectives, and maybe they could have solved this Asian model's body from being, torn apart and hidden in cookware, That'd be a good show. I'd watch that. I'd watch a Korean detective show from those kids in BTS after they've all been to war, so they're all hardened from war with like scars and shit and like grenade wounds and stories to tell, but then still like beautiful voices to sing, to stop and break into song and dance with or something. That'd be great. And do any of y'all watch SNL? Like, how the fuck is it still around? Like, really, like, how is Conan not still on television, but SNL still on? It's ridiculous. That's when life is ass backwards and it's not fair, because that shit really isn't funny. They need to like start making that category, not comedy but cringe, and just putting SNL in the cringe category of like your Hulu or your Netflix, or your YouTube. They need to change it to that, because that's all that shit is now. It's just cringe. It's really bad. But thank you guys for listening. It's another week, right? We're starting another week. We're starting strong. I hope all y'all guys are doing okay. Hope y'all are safe. Hope you had a great weekend, and I hope your week starts out great. And take care, and we'll be doing stuff through the week. Take care and be safe. Bye now. Bye. Bye.